Hey there guys, Idoricast here, aka JediBro95, coming at you guys with another video. In this video is gonna be just talking about something that I saw in the NBA 2K Twitter, and basically someone was just basically saying that 2K18 is better than 2K21, and I'm not gonna sit here and rant about how bad 2K18 was and bring up the shit that was bad in 2K18, because quite frankly, there really is no need for me to do so, because 2K18 everyone should have. Well, I would hope everyone should understand that 2K18 is one of the worst 2Ks ever. Um, and then everyone says that 20 and 21 was bad, but keep in mind, like I said, we go through this every year, guys. Like one year we say this is the worst 2K ever, and then like a few years down the line, everyone sits there and changes their mind and is like, oh, the game was actually not that bad. So I really don't get into this debate, and I just I laugh every time I see someone sit there and say that Game A was the worst 2K ever, and compare it to 2K. Well, 2K number one was worse than 2K number two because you know, whatever. And I sit there and laugh because it's like we go through this every year, guys. Like every single year we go through this. And sure, partly could be because the games progressively get worse and worse throughout the years, which I'm not going to disagree with that. But a part of me needs to just say that we need to just stay consistent. If we're going to say it sucks at the time, we need to understand in hindsight that it later on down the road that it still was not that good, and we need to remember the things that got us upset about 2K, the previous 2Ks. But in this video, I want to just talk about reasons as to why people are already sick of NBA 2K21 and why people are starting to view it as one of the worst 2Ks, if not the worst 2K ever, which again is laughable. But whatever, it's your own opinion. And we may disagree on it, but I can understand why. But I would understand why you would think that. So reason number one that I think everybody is sick of the 2K21 already is everybody plays on the same builds. This is possibly the biggest in terms of the gameplay wise. Because everyone plays on the exact same build over and over. Everyone just plays on a playmaking shot creator or a playmaking shit creator. Like literally just plays on a playmaking shot creator. I've seen maybe two-way slashing playmakers the entire year. I've seen one slashing playmaker the entire year. You know who that is? Me. I'm the only slashing playmaker I have seen in a park or a rec or a team game the entire damn year. Because everybody just wants to play the same way. And when you have a community that has no innovation, when you have a community that has no interest in experimenting and having fun and only caring about those precious wins, and so therefore they go and do whatever they have to do to win, and if that means making the most broken builds or the easiest builds to play on, they'll do it because that's just how this community works. But when you have those types of situations, obviously it gets boring because everyone plays the same way. Also, the mechanics are still some certain mechanics are still broken in this game. Like post hooks are still as disgusting and as broken as they've ever been. Um, you know, off dribble shots for a little while they were pretty bad, but 2K did tone them down. Jump shooting in this game, look, unless you have like a mid 80s three, you're not going to be able to be consistent from behind the arc, which is dumb. I would personally rather have people in the. I would personally rather see 73-point shots go in than seeing everyone play as the same build. Okay, like if 2K, if increasing the diversity means dropping the 3-point rating to where like say a 73-point shot would go in consistently, then I think that would open up the game a lot more and make it more diverse because, everyone's going to want to experiment and play with different builds. Like, I think my build would be more popular. The two-way slashing piece of shit would be a thing again. Perimeter lockdowns with sharpshooting takeover. Like there would be much more room for experimentation, much more room for ideas and schemes, especially in Comp Pro Am, because Comp Pro Am is literally like three, maybe even four playmaking shot creators because people are just that fucking desperate to shoot threes. And then having a big that can just get Hall of Fame defense and rebounding badges, whether it be a glass finisher or a glass lock with a pure red defensive build. Just stuff like that. It would leave more. It would leave a lot more to interpretation and experimentation. So That's what I think they should do for that situation for NBA 2K21 on the next gen consoles. And moving on, actually talking about the next gen consoles, reason number two of why I think everyone is already sick of NBA 2K21 on current gen is because the next gen is literally less than a month away. Or like everybody understands, like when 2K announced that they were having a completely different my player builder set up and shit in 2K21 on next gen, and that your my player progression did not carry over. Everyone, including myself, were just like, okay, so what would be the point of playing my player on current gen? You're better off just waiting till the next gen comes out to play on that shit. And now this is something that 2K has definitely now has to live with. Now this community is gonna have to live with that because um, obviously, now we're gonna have to drop another $60 on VC, depending on whatever else you buy. I don't fucking know. Like, you could buy like VC and then shit like that, and then animations, and then potentially clothes. If clothes don't carry over, that would be stupid. Honestly, if clothes didn't carry over from current to next gen, but whatever. So these small things that realistically, um, a lot of these things realistically just made the writing on the wall inevitable and just proved that there was no point to making these builds. So why should to keeping these builds for long term or getting invested in these builds? So why should we keep playing in them, knowing that in the next game it's going to be completely gone? And also, when it just comes to the community itself, part of it is also the fact that as a community, we get bored of the new game so quick because the new one is like the current game, I mean, because the new one's like right there. Okay, as I alluded to, we're literally less than a month away from the PS5 2K21. So it is gonna be, something that everyone's gonna have to swallow with and live with for the next few weeks until obviously PS5 drops. And then thing number three, gentlemen, I think is one of the bigger reasons is honestly this game is literally just a copy paste of 2K20. Like, I know you may not feel that way, but ask yourself this: outside of the neighborhood difference, what truly is different in NBA 2K21 compared to 2K20? Like, what really is truly different? The rec is the same. The my court is the same, albeit it's much more accessible. Uh, the parks are the same with no affiliations. The practice facilities are the same. The my career progression is the same. Badge progression is like literally outside of the neighborhood. There is nothing different in this game that entices people to want to come back and play, or to sit there and say that this is a game that's worth playing. And I feel like one of the things that people say when they talk about the 2K, the most recent 2K being one of the worst, is the lack of replayability. There's not really much replayability in this game. Like every mode is the same, the clothes are the same, the progression's the same. Now, to their credit, they actually tried to bring something different in with the neighborhood, but truth be told, like there's no difference. Like outside of the neighborhood, there's literally nothing different. So I think that's one of the bigger reasons why this community is really done with NBA 2K21 on current gen. Thing number four, one of the reasons I think reason number four, in my opinion, is the shot stick aim is the boosters. The shot stick aim botters that I bought the Corona Zen and shit like that to basically ruin the game, and it ultimately just gives players an unfair advantage in games because you're literally cheating to win. You didn't earn your win, you didn't do anything of significance to actually make it so that way you deserve to win the game. You're literally cheating, and that's one of the reasons I think a lot of people are sitting there saying that this is one of the worst 2Ks ever is because it literally is a floodgate for cheaters. Now, after doing some research and after looking around at some, you know, long-term 2K YouTubers, I can actually sit here and agree that this is this modded controller issue has been around in the community for years, going back to even 2K17 when they originally had the shot aiming back then. A lot of veteran 2K players will sit there and tell you that this has been around for years, and I kind of have to. I kind of like after seeing some of the evidence and shit. I kind of agree. You know, I think that it is just something that is just the thing in the community. But I don't necessarily know if there's anything like I know in my opinion there is stuff that 2K could do about it. Honestly, I think one is that one thing that they did that I think I noticed a little while back, but I had some other people confirm it for me inadvertently is they made shot aiming like the shot timing matter with the shot aiming. Okay, like you could aim without the you can aim your shot without timing and you would be fine. But then I think about maybe a little while ago they added it to where timing was a factor. Like you could still make your shots without timing correctly, but it was not as consistent. And I think once 2K implemented that, then it started to become harder for the modders to use. Um, the Coronas very effectively. The second one is the fact that they changed up how the target zone worked for the shot stick. So like they changed up to like the movements and how it like spawns in different areas and shit like that. So that's another way they combated the cheaters. But I feel like there should be at least another couple of things they could do. I don't know how because I'm not a computer designer nor do I know much about technology. But I do know that there's something that should be done. And so I think that's one of the bigger reasons why this community is done with 2K21. And I would even argue that is the biggest reason is the cheaters because I've never seen the community hate on a 2K this quickly. I've never seen well maybe last year other than last year, but this is like the second year I've seen the community literally turn on a game the fastest. Okay, like I this is like the this is it's crazy to see how that happens. And you know, I know a lot of people are hyped for next gen, but don't be surprised, guys, if people start to sit there and make the claims that next gen 2K, that current gen 2K is better than next gen. You know, I hope it doesn't happen because I am really hyped for next gen, and I do want to see what they can do. But it wouldn't shock me that maybe in about 3 or 4 months we start hearing people say that current gen 2K21 is better than fucking uh, like this PS4, like previous gen 2K is better than 2K is better than current gen 2K. And if that happens, gentlemen, if that ever does happen, you should lose all faith in what anybody says is the worst 2K ever because that to me, well, I've had the theory for a while, but that to me confirms that the 2K community just says shit to say shit because they just want to hate, to be honest. But that is going to be the end of this video. These are my thoughts and opinions on why I think 2K21 is already dead and why I think people have already lost the want to play this game and why they think it's one of the worst ever. So let me know in the comment section below, gentlemen, if you do agree or disagree with anything that I said. Like the video if you did enjoy. Obviously, subscribe if you're new. Turn on notifications if you guys are subscribed. And with that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Before I do go though, my next video is going to be an NBA 2K is going to be an NBA discussion talk video. This is going to be me talking about why I don't agree with the idea that of going back to rewriting draft class choices and like for example, player A should have been drafted higher than player B. I go and discuss into detail why I don't like that argument and why I think it is a stupid argument. So that'll be the next video, so be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, guys, I'm out.